That is the man. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. I am Erica Glessing. This is the show called The Happiest Medium. And today I am so blessed to have with me Dana. Dana Lewis, thank you for coming.
I'm gushing. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for your show.
Are you?
Yes.
Just to be here?
Yes.
Just to have fun?
Yeah.
Just
How
to be
much fun
live?
can we have? How much
I know.
joy and happiness can we contribute to the world?
I know. How are we going to get through? Okay. I met Dana last summer, and I just felt immediately that sense of love, joy, deliciousness, and she teaches this. So Dana teaches relationships and joy. She comes from the Access Consciousness tribe, so that's a fun place to come from, right? And she's the founder of Delicious Lifestyle. She's now a certifiable?
That's questionable.
Okay, I think we're done with the introduction because honestly, I just want to hear from you so badly. I don't even know where to start. Just tell us a little bit about this joy and this happiness and connect it with the body for everybody. So just kind of connect happiness and the body and teach us a little bit more about that relationship.
Okay, cool. Hello, everyone. Everyone watching now and in the future. Welcome to Erica's new show. How does it get any better? I would like to start because we're so joyful in this moment and excited and exuberant. And most people see me and they're like, you're always smiling. You're always happy. I am always happy. I'm not always smiling. And there's those moments in life. There's just, I call them the wonky, crunchy, other choice word, what's up moments. And you perceive that in your body in so many different ways. And all of a sudden you start to feel contracted and things start going on. Right? Erica's grabbing her stomach. It's like, what is going on in this moment?
Right.
And for me, and using the tools of access, using my 45 years on this planet experience, using my 20 plus years in corporate, and putting that all together, and just the intuitive sense that everybody has when you start to tap into it, there's some really easy tools that just can change your energy, shift your energy, and change the situation.
I just completely get that because sometimes you're feeling really good. And then someone will throw something at you and you feel it in your body. And then that actually, if you don't do anything, you can shut down and then be less able to get happy and then less able to get happy. And it seems to steamroll. Mm-hmm. So what's a tool?
Okay, so we're going to talk about tools. And I want to share a story.
Okay.
And it has to do with both of us. Okay. It was really awesome that you called me a few weeks ago when you were on your way to your photo shoot.
Okay.
And I was so grateful that I was there to answer the phone because it was such a change things for both of us, right? I got to contribute and you got to change something pretty quickly.
Okay.
So when you called, your energy was contracted about going to the photo shoot, right? Even though you were excited and happy about what you were creating, there was just some contraction there. And two things, anytime you want to change something, ask a question. Asking questions open up space for your energy, for your body. It opens up space for the universe to contribute to you, for other people to contribute to you. And could you acknowledge that you actually asked a question because somewhere along the way you got called Anna, right? So you asked a question, you called me, and then two of the things that we did, two of the main questions, first we asked, could we just clear all the decisions, all the judgments, all the computations and conclusions that you had and points of view you had about what you were about to do? Right? So then we cleared that literally by just asking the question, can we just clear this? And you're like, yes.
Right.
And some space started opening up.
Right.
Right? And then we asked another question, who does all that belong to? Because I know you. It's like, you're not nervous about being in front of the camera. Hello? Right? So who does this belong to? And most of the time, here's a little tip, 98% of our thoughts, feelings, and emotions aren't ours to begin with.
Right.
And asking who does it belong to, it got even lighter, right? You're like, oh, this isn't mine. Okay, cool, return to sender.
Right.
You guys know there's little tips and tools in here along the way. Ask the question to clear the space. Ask another question, who does this belong to? Return to sender, because it's not yours.
Right.
And that's one of the awesome things about this work. It's inspiring and empowering you to know what you know, and for you to change what you can change for you. You can't change things for other people. You can only change things for yourself.
This morning I was talking to someone who had a problem with one of their animals, and they kept saying the answers. And I said, let's go to the question. Without knowing what the answer is. And I think that's the hard part, don't you think, with happiness sometimes? because people think they know exactly what to do, but do they? So how do you build in asking questions to your day? What do you do?
It's a process, and I remember when I started with this, I was very much, okay, I need to do X, Y, and Z, and here's the routine, and this is what's going to create my happiness. And again, that's a bunch of decisions and computations and conclusions, and you can play with that and see, like you generally hit a wall. So I just started playing with a few of the tools. Let me ask a question here. Oh, okay, cool. What did that actually create? Then let me actually acknowledge that I created something different. And you just keep layering, right? So I am just like, okay, what question can I ask here to change this? And the thing about questions, is it really a question? And that's why I said, let's clear the clutter first of, let me just clear, okay, all the decisions, judgments, computations, conclusions. Let's get rid of that, and now let me ask a real question from the space of like being vulnerable and just open, like, okay, universe, what is this? What can I do with it? What can I do to change this? And noticing how that opens up space in your body. And the other thing about adding to your body, like you gotta be willing to ask your body. There's you, Erica, this big, juicy, amazing, delicious, infinite being, right? Like, we like each other so much. And then there's our bodies. Our bodies are so much smaller than the infinite being that we be, right? I know that's some weird language.
Just people don't call me small very often, so thank you.
Our bodies are so little compared to the potent infinite beings that we be.
I don't have any leftover judgment there from my childhood at all. None. There's none running on me. None.
What can you do for your body today? What one thing, what two things, what three juicy things can you do for your body today that will create more happiness?
Nice. I love it. Thank you so much. I'm just dying, though, to just hear you give us a little bit of your Dana-ness on relationship and dating. What can you say about that? Because you are someone who really knows some things.
That will bring me to tears. Dating can be delicious. Men are magical. And as much as I love my women friends, awesome. We create great things. For me, the most dynamic change in my life, and you know this, has come from the experiences with the men in my life at any given time. So again, it comes down to questions. Like, when you go to date, like, will this be an easy experience? Will it be fun? Will I learn something? Will there be gratitude? Just start with that. I can't give it all away. Literally, just start with that. And are you willing to have the point of view that dating can be delicious and men are magical?
Even at our age, right?
Yeah. At any age.
Oh, aren't we having fun yet? I was thinking you should share with us what you've got going and how people can work with you more and get more of that yummy, juicy, delicious Dana energy in their lives.
Thank you for asking. So my website, two ways to get to it, danalewis.biz.
Okay.
And I know you'll have information on your site. And Delicious Lifestyle, that's a D at the end, .com.
Okay.
So, I launched my business the beginning of whatever that was, 2014, into the private sessions with people, which I love. You'll see it on my face. I'm like, who can I put my hands on today? Because in addition to the verbal facilitation, there's literally like the hands-on energy processes, the healing capacities that, again, I was shocked. I was like, ooh, after being in corporate for 20 years, I'm like, I can put my hands on people and facilitate some really cool stuff. So there's one-on-one sessions. Like you mentioned, a certified access consciousness facilitator. Very proud and excited about that. So now I can facilitate, one-day classes, two-day classes. Some of their core classes, my specialty classes, like called A Different Kind of Happy Hour, Delicious Dating, The Magic of Men.
Nice.
And
awesome.
Yeah, on the fun side, there's business consulting too. So it's like,
that's right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming, sharing your delicious energy with us, and we're just going to be friends. You'll come back. Will you come back on the show?
Can we do a energy for the show?
Sure.
A little question.
Okay.
For you and your show.
You mean you want to mess with my head right now? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I want to mess with your head and add to the juiciness.
Okay, go for it.
So what energy, space, and consciousness can you and the show be to be the juiciest, happiest, most delicious, joyful, happiest medium show that can contribute to all realities for now and in the future?
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Welcome back to the Happiest Medium. My name is Erica Glessing. I'm here today with Anne-Marie, my guest. I wanted to share with you that when you are feeling like Spirit might be bringing you messages, that I would like you to listen. You could be tuning in right now to us. It might be actually telling you something. So really take these times in life now to know that when you're getting messages, it could be a song, it could be a license plate thing. Spirit will talk to us in a temperature change in the house. So they can mess with all kinds of things. And they can bring us messages to help us feel the love. And to help sometimes process through stuff that they didn't get to finish. Okay? So you don't always know what they're going to bring you. And one of the things I like to do when I'm reading someone is just to have them know Spirit's going to come through. It's going to share. It may or may not be what you exactly were wanting. So tell us a little bit about your husband and that passing. Tell me a little bit of context and then a question you might have.
So my husband passed away 3 years, 8 months ago tomorrow. And he did so in a skiing accident, which was really crazy because he was an excellent skier. So he was on his annual ski trip with his buddies from high school, and he was in a great mood when he left, and on the 4th day, he was in an accident that killed him.
Okay, so I'm getting the messages now. So you have, how many kids? Do you have one? Two? Two. So he's watching the kids all the time. So he's always watching the kids. He maybe feels like maybe he would have liked to maybe do that more when he was on Earth, so that he feels like there's unmet needs there where he could have been more of a dad or been more, that he got caught up in things and didn't always take the time he wished he had taken. And I don't think anyone expected anything like this to have happened. So nothing was anticipated as far as this will now be the end. Like, now you're on the other side. And so for you, there's kind of a smile. He's kind of, it feels suave to me. So he's kind of suave. And he feels kind of like, like get out there, like do stuff. Like, he wants you to do stuff, like to dress up and to look hot. He thinks you're just really hot. And he just wants you to feel thatness again.
Yeah.
Like to let go of all of that because there's nothing you could do. And to really feel yourself again. Like to pamper. He wants you to pamper yourself. He says you don't. He says you don't pamper yourself. And I guess it's this, like, life is short. Like, really know that.
Yeah, I get that.
Like, really know that. Like, now, you need to play now. That it's not about playing sometime. And if he could give you anything, it would be that there's just messages for the kids. So tell me, you mentioned, I think, the daughter. Is there another child? And
son.
who's that? And where does he live?
He lives with me in Willow Glen.
How old is he?
16.
He's having a patch. Is there a patch? He's going through a, I'm seeing like a big growth spurt of all kinds of things, like growing here, growing there, trying this, wanting to do that. Like there's all these things he wants to go do. And I guess the most thing I'm feeling from Dad is that he's there. And that this is like what child is supposed to do.
Yes.
But it feels a little crazy. Like the energy of it feels
A little hectic.
Yeah, it feels really full. Like it's, and then there's more, and he wants more, and he wants to do more stuff. That's what he's showing me.
Yeah.
His son wanting to do more, and that's beautiful.
Yes.
And that now it's really about opening the doors for that.
Yes.
So it's really important that child be given opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. Anything you can do to get him to travel, anything you can do to get him to not be in the same place so that he can see things from different perspectives, that don't let him be in a space with only a few people. He doesn't want him to be in a little room with just like a couple, one or two. He wants him to make sure there's like an exposure to more of what the world has to offer. And we don't know what that means, so it's okay not to know what that means. It says, he just says, get out of the high school. Don't be in the high school all the time. Be Saturday, go to San Francisco, go to the planetarium. Take him to Monterey and do the water thing, do the oceanography things. Have him get on a boat. Have him, it's time. There's been enough grief.
Yeah.
He wouldn't want that.
Correct.
So he doesn't want that for him. He wants him to, I almost saw like a puppy lapping it all up.
Yeah.
That's what he wants for him. That's it. That's what's showing up. What other questions do you have?
Anything for our daughter?
I don't have that kind of, I have a different kind of relationship. So I got a more active sense with Sun.
Mm-hmm.
Does that feel right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And with her, it doesn't feel like that. He couldn't always cross the wall then. He sure as heck can't do it now.
I get it.
So he says, you're doing great.
That I'm doing great?
Yeah, you're doing the thing with her.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Doing my best.
Yeah, he says you're doing the thing with her. So he's kind of like, I guess I'm feeling this one's like I tried to love her.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm feeling. It's like I tried to love her.
Mm-hmm.
What I see from her is a fierce independence. I have I'm going to make it on my own. I'm determined and I'm going to make it on my own. And I'm just going to do that, like that. Like that's what I get from her, from him.
Yeah.
And so I don't get any wrongness in any of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't get that it's wrong that he passed. I don't get any, I mean, I know it feels wrong that he passed. I lost a parent. I know when they leave the planet young, it feels sick wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't get any wrongness. I don't get any wrongdoing. I don't
Okay.
get that the son's going to be beautiful. He's a very beautiful spirit.
Yeah.
The daughter would have had a rough time anyways because she was going to go through some things. So there's some things she needs to learn.
Yep.
And life is just not always easy for her.
Right.
And now, of course, going through that was taken in a deeper, cutting-ish way in her body.
Mm-hmm.
So there's things you could do to support her. He's like, I just don't want to talk about that though. I want to talk about how much fun we had as a couple and all the fun stuff we did and dinners. I got things like dinners. I got that he loved to go out to dinner with you, and he just loved doing anything with you, anything.
Mm-hmm.
So
I do get the sense though lately that he is pushing me towards someone else. You know, like trying to help me see that there is someone else out there for me. I don't know if you can pick up on
and
that.
how does that feel in your body?
Just a ball of heat. I mean, he's always felt like a ball of heat in my chest. So
How does it feel to you to move on?
it feels fine now. It's taken 3 months and 8 years, but you know, I do feel like
3 years and 8 months.
3 years and 8 months. Yeah, sorry. 3 years and 8 months. Yeah.
So hold your shoulders back a little bit. The cool thing about women is we just know everything, right?
You know a lot. We do.
We do. We're supreme, so you're gonna know.
Okay,
So relax a little bit about that.
Okay.
It's okay. I mean, he wants you to feel happiness. He felt happiness with you, and he just doesn't want you to feel like you'd be untrue to him by being in a relationship with someone else. So he doesn't want to feel that.
Right.
But I mean, so he doesn't really. I wouldn't say it's a pushing. It's more like a. I think that's an interesting question. I see it as a gentle support. And that he'll always be there for the kids. His spirit will always be there for guidance with the kids. You can actually take a piece of paper and take a pen and ask him to answer a question like, okay, our daughter's feeling this, is there anything you suggest? And see if you can automatically write, and he will come through.
Okay.
So he will. He'll give you messages.
Okay.
And with the son, should we go check out these 5 colleges? And he'll help you. He'll come through and say, hey, don't forget about this one.
Wow.
And so he'll sit there. It's called automatic writing. And you just move out of the way. You have to just suspend all your disbelief. You just take a piece of paper, hold your pen over it, and he will speak to you if you let him. If you ask questions, you can start keeping a journal. And he will just share information about that, mostly about the kids. And for you, I don't get that he wants you. I don't get that he wants you to move on. I don't get that. Okay. I get that he just feels you're so hot that you should really have someone to appreciate you, because he just feels that. And he's never going to stop feeling that, so it is what it is.
Awesome. I'll take it.
I mean, he chose you intentionally and never any regrets, he didn't regret that at all. You were, you were the one he wanted, and he got it, and he was good. So it was very much like, that's good, okay. Now I'm going to do this, now I'm going to do that, now I'm going to do this. That's what he comes across as. Does that help?
It does. It helps a lot.
Yeah, he loves you so much.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So I came here today because my late husband has really not left my side since he passed away. But it was great to have Erica, use words that are in complete sentences, where I was sort of getting bits and pieces. I'm going to call the segment Compliments from Heaven, because I was very pleased to hear all of his nice compliments of me. And the big takeaway really was something I hadn't thought of doing, was the automatic writing. So I'm really looking forward to putting that blank piece of paper out there and seeing what he comes up with. And I appreciated the confirmation that he's got our kids back, because I tell him that all the time, because I cannot be there with them all the time. And I ask him to make sure that he watches over them when I can't. So that was cool.